Alright, so in this video, we're going to take this old pile of construction lumber, all 2x4s and 2x6s, and turn them into a fun shaped mirror. This is the rough shape of the mirror we're going to make. My partner was able to get a mirror off of Facebook Marketplace. It's pretty big for free. So it's pretty gross old 2x4. And then this has been run through the jointer and the planer. So at this point, I'm running all of my boards through the jointer and the planer to try and square them up and then eventually make them the same thickness. This is my first time really working with the jointer and definitely learned a lot. Ended up taking off a lot more material than I probably needed to on a lot of these boards. I think I'm going to be short wood. I might have to cut some more. And same deal here, just roughly cutting down the length that I need before I run these through the jointer and the planer. Lots of jointing and planing. I did check that this width is the same as this width. I just kind of was placing pieces in there. But all the boards are all sorts of different sizes. Maybe not my finest move, but we'll see what happens when I go to glue them up. Spoiler alert, I did end up having to cut another extra piece to square it up, but we'll get to that later. So here I am, I'm just gluing up all of the pieces that we've cut in the shape of the template. I had to glue it up in two different pieces because I didn't have clamps big enough to do all of it at once. And here's that little piece that I mentioned. This is the final piece of the puzzle that squared up the whole frame. I was only able to figure this out once I really started to clamp things together so that I knew that I had everything really square. Cardboard template is on my glued up thing. So I'm just gonna triple check that the mirror fits nicely on this. I think there's one corner that hangs off a little bit. That's what it looks like. That's hard to tell, but this is the mirror right here. I basically just traced the template onto here. And now I'm going to use a jigsaw and cut it out. The mirror cut out really roughly. It's a little tight on the glass, like that corner gets really close there, but the rest of it pretty happy with. So at this point, I thought it'd be really fun to add texture using a power carving wheel on a grinder. This is really just take off a whole ton of material and give it a even more fun shape to it. Then after doing that, there was a lot of sanding to really smooth out all those carving marks. This took a considerable amount of time. And now we're just applying to finish. I used Osmo's wood wax. This was for flooring, but I just had a little bit that I needed to use up, so that's what got used on this. And here's how we're looking with the finish now on the frame. I was pretty happy with how this is turning out so far. It's the next day. Finish is dried on this. Now I was going to route out the back, but I ended up finding some like mirror clips, and I think that's just going to be a lot simpler to get the mirror in there. So I'm going to flip it over, put the mirror in there, and then figure out a way to mount this on the wall. This is going to mount to the wall, and then this is mounted to here. And so it has a little 45-degree angle cut there, and when I slide the mirror on top of it, it holds itself. Oops. When I slide the mirror on top of it, it holds itself in there. Dusty, but I am pleased with that. And here I am skeptically using my stud finder. It was saying that the entire wall had wires in there, but I know for a fact that this wall does not have any, so I was kind of skeptical on whether or not it was actually finding a stud, but yep, it was a stud.
And here's how the final mirror turned out. I was pretty happy with how this turned out, but let me know what you think. Nice. Thanks for watching.